Hello and welcome to Mostly Vintage Cameras. This is a Kodak Advantix T550AF, although curiously the AF doesn't appear on the nameplate. And you can see from the logo here that this is an advanced photo system camera. Now I don't want this to become the advanced photo system channel, but I do have rather a lot of film and rather a lot of cameras, so there will be one or two sneak in from time to time. Now there's not really very much to say about this camera. It's a pretty straightforward point and shoot camera, but I just picked it up from a pile one day and thought I'd run a film through it. And during this video I'll probably throw up a few pictures on the screen and you can see the sort of results you can get from it. So what do we have? Is it fixed focus, fixed exposure? Is it awful, as APS cameras are often accused of being? Or is there more to this than initially meets the eye? Well, it's very, very small is the first thing I'd say. Here's our APS film again, or a box of APS film. And you can see the camera's maybe 3-4 boxes the size of this. So really quite a compact camera. And the T in the Advantix range stands for, I believe it's tourist or traveller, something of that nature, the inference being they're quite small. The bigger the number, the higher up the range it is. There was also a T500 which was exactly the same, but the flash unit was built in here. You can see there's no flash unit here. And we'll flip this open and we'll see where it is. There we go. I might just have to move the camera angle one second. There it is. It's a little bit cramped here today. So this mechanism of putting the flash in this fold-up panel is actually really clever. Whatever format of point and shoot camera you have, the further you move the flash unit from the lens, the better the flash exposures become and the less red eye you will get. In fact, you won't get any with this in all likelihood. The T550, with the flash unit built into the body, has a red eye reduction mode where it does a little pre-flash to try and reduce the amount of red eye. Sorry, the T500 does that. The T550 does not, because it's moving the flash away from the lens, eliminating red eye, which is pretty cool. So that's a good start. We've also got an Exynar all glass lens, so good. This all glass tends to be what manufacturers put on cameras when there's very little else to say. All glass does not necessarily mean a better quality lens. Many very high quality lenses do have resin or plastic or CR39 elements in them, and they can be a bit of a godsend. So all glass isn't necessarily a mark of quality. It does appear to be multi-coated. 28mm, which on APS, for a fixed lens APS camera, is fairly longish. I mean, it's not a long lens, it's not like it's a 100mm or something, but it's a little bit narrower than your typical, let's say, 35mm equivalent. And it's f3.5, so compact camera, excellent flash positioning, reasonably good quality lens, reasonably fast aperture, but not the fastest. What else have we got going on here? Battery is one CR2, goes in the base, standard lithium cell, and it's got this fabric pull tab, which I find are terribly handy for removing the batteries. Stuff that back in there. Film chambers on the end here, standard APS there. One of the great things about APS is you physically can't get the film in the wrong way, nor can you load a film that's already been exposed. This goes through its loading cycle. On the top plate, another feature of APS cameras is you can choose between print formats. H is effectively the full frame, a 16:9 format. C, it crops off the edge, so it's more 4:3, and panorama, it crops off the top and the bottom to give you a long narrow picture. Now I did try this, even though I'm not getting these printed, it doesn't make any difference when you scan them. Some of the cheaper APS cameras physically masked the negative, so when it was printed it would be a print of that smaller negative, but most of them, and certainly the better quality ones, recorded which format you shot in on a magnetic strip on the edge of the film, and also recorded exposure details, so the printing machinery would have an idea what the lighting conditions were like at the time you took your picture. And this seems to be the case with this guy. Shutter button, beg your pardon, is on the top here. Flip that up. Usual sorts of point and shoot features on the display here, mostly relating to flash. Automatic flash, fill flash, very useful feature. Flash off. Now it does actually say off and then the lightning strike symbol. I would rather they went for the more conventional circle with the line through it, because that's quite hard to read in some lighting conditions. Flash off with infinity focus. If you're photographing through a window, for example I was on a high-rise building the other day, that's very handy. Sometimes the autofocus on these cameras, or generally, can be confused by a pane of glass, and obviously if the flash were to fire you just get a horrible hot spot on the glass itself. So flash off with infinity focus is quite a useful feature. Nighttime portrait, long shutter speed with flash effectively, and back to flash auto, self timer on and off, and then we can print the date and time on our pictures. But honestly, do you really want to do that? Not really. With the flash off we can use the tripod to avoid camera shake. It will choose a longer shutter speed, which is a range of half a second I believe to 5/100th of a second. Really not too much to say about this. It's just a really nice pocketable, okay, it's not a really nice, it's a nice pocketable APS camera that's actually produced some perfectly nice photographs. So I've been quite pleased using it. It's quite a fun little camera. Not going to go into too much detail beyond that. Okay then, so that's been the Advantix T550AF. Came out in 1999 if I didn't mention before. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been of interest or use to someone, and do have a good day. All the best.